Students, today we will continue for third sem diploma electrical students. The subject is electrical engineering material, and we will discuss about insulating materials. We will resume our classes. Now, as we have discussed in our last class about the impregnated fibrous materials, we will understand its properties and the application of impregnated papers. So, in this introduction part, we have the compounds into the fibrous materials discussed has resulted in some very stable insulating materials. It is by proper impregnation that limitation like hygroscopicity and thermal and chemical degradation of unimpregnated fibrous materials are overcome. So there are almost oil fibrous materials used in insulator. This class contributes the maximum. So paper insulation is usually provided on the conductor without impregnation after the conductor with unimpregnated paper is placed in position in any apparatus. The semi-finished apparatus is then put the impregnation process, which involves the following steps. So what are the steps? We will discuss each one of them. Extraction or extracting most of the air and moisture before allowing any contact with impregnation oil. This requires indirect heating of the apparatus in vacuum for complete removal of moisture. So the removal of moisture is very essential uh, for preparing this kind of insulating materials. Having thus made this apparatus ready, the oil which is already dehydrated separately is allowed in impregnate through the paper. So the next step is cooling is then carried out before exposing the insulation to atmosphere so that the oil does not flow out of the paper, which may take it once again vulnerable to absorb moisture. So we should be very much careful that it should not get moist. The other point are, if the insulation is to be used for high voltage, a proper sealing of the apparatus after impregnation is very essential. So the what are the main features? The main features are, it will provide good mechanical properties, good chemical stabilities. It will also provide ability to withstand high temperatures. Dielectric constant varying between 2.25 and 6.35, comparatively less dielectric loss, and non-inflammable. So it will also be in non-inflammable, means it will not subjected, or it will be not be catching fire easily. So the experiences over last 100 years of use has proved paper insulation to be the highest quality and most reliable. However, suitable grades of paper insulating oils are not available in India. For this reason, paper insulation for low voltage cable has been replaced by plastics. But the demand of high voltage cable still met by paper insulation, which is entirely imported from abroad. Serious consideration for substituting this insulation are being made by manufacturers in cables in India. Now, what are the application of impregnated paper? We will understand. So, the major application are the cables. So, students, in the underground cables also, you will find it will have the major application. So, in all type of cables like the underground power cables, mining cables, submarine cables, in the operating voltage ranging from 220 volt to 400 kilovolt. So the voltage ranging from 200 volt to 400 kilovolt is the range for the use of this kind of insulation. It is also used in transformers. Paper dielectrics is frequently used in high voltage power transformers. They are also used in capacitors. So students, inside the capacitor you will find this kind of insulation is provided. So varied varnished or impregnated textiles. So varnish is widely used in electrical field. So they are also called as impregnated textiles. So in cotton or silk textile, which can be varnished by two types of varnish. One is oil varnish and other is uh, ole- oleobituminous varnish. So commonly used thickness of varnished textile vary from 0.08 mm to 0.025 mm. The material belongs to class A. So already we have discussed the different class of insulation. So it belongs to the group of class A type of insulation. Now uh, we have you will find that they are of class A type of insulation. So yes. So outstanding features of varnish textiles are, what are the features, main features of this kind of insulating materials? So they have been pointed out. So good, they will have good mechanical strength. Their mechanical strength is quite high. Good dielectric strength. They will provide you a good dielectric strength as well as low hygroscopicity. We have already discussed hygroscopicity. What is hygroscopicity? Already we have understood. Now, the fourth point is low resistance to organic solvents. Fifth point is limiting working temperature of 105 degrees centigrade for normal varnished textiles. The last point is oleobituminous varnished textiles are not resistant to oil. So these are not resistant to oil. Now application of varnished or impregnated textiles. What are the application we will discuss? This insulation is widely used for winding in electric machine of low and medium ratings. It is also used in cables as wrappers and liners. In the form of adhesive tape, the material used by electrician as on the spot insulation for the jobs relating to electric installation. So now the next topic which we will discuss is non-resinous material. So students, the non-resinous material, it can be solid or semi-solid insulation which are directly available in nature are called as organic based and fall under the this class. This material are mineral waxes, asphalts, bitumens and chlorinated naphthalene. Main defect in all such materials is that in the insulation system where these materials are applied, there are always voids and gas pockets in the system. The defect resistance the defect resist the use of this class of material to low voltage system only. So non-resinous material are classified by bituminous. Bitumen are solid or semi-solid material obtained by refining crude petroleum. So after refining this crude petroleum, we will get bitumen. So the features of bitumen are highly soluble in mineral and synthetic oils. They are easily oxidized. Their resistance to moisture penetration, poor insulation property. In they have poor insulating property. Softening point varies from 30 degree centigrade to 140 degree centigrade depending upon the variety or the type of the bitumen which you have selected. Acid and alkali resistance, they are also resistance to acids and some alkalis also. Specific gravity is about 1. So the specific gravity of bitumen is about 1. Application of bitumen. Bitumen is normally used in electrical engineering because of its outstanding property of being water resistant. So due to its water resistance property, bitumen is found to be widely used in electrical engineering. Now, students, we will understand its different other properties. So, what are its other properties? It is very cheap. Bitumen find wide application in underground cable for the protection of lead and steel armor against corrosion. So, students, surrounding the cable, there is a layer called armoring, right? So cable consists of different layers of you can say protection also and conductor also. Out of them, the center one is the core, and surrounding them is the armoring, shielding. There are various other terms. So the part which bitumen provide us to safeguard is your armoring. So armoring is saved by the help of your bitumen. Now, students, bitumen compounded paper and cotton tape are widely used in the manufacture of underground cable to provide bedding and serving for steel armor. So, what is bedding? This is a new term for you. So, students, in inside a cable there are different layers, as I told a few minutes ago. So out of them there is also bedding over which the cable or the conductor lies, can be called as your bedding. So this bedding is also sometimes made up of your paraffin. Now students, waxes. Paraffin and microcrystalline waxes. These waxes are obtained by the process of distillation of mineral petroleum oils. These waxes are hydrocarbons in composite. Special features of these waxes are, so the features of these waxes are like easily soluble in mineral and synthetic insulating oil. They are marked change in volume when waxes change state from liquid to solid or vice versa. The maximum amount of shrinkage is much as 15% in certain cases. The abnormal shrinkage results in the formation of gaps and cracks. So, if we will go on changing its or we can say shrinkage, then it will lead to for formation of your gaps or cracks also. So they are mechanically weak and poor electrical properties which become more poorer when heated. So if they will be heated, they will worsen their electrical effect. So it is a best insulator for us. Now the other thing, paraffin waxes are oxidized when they are heated beyond melting point. Some antioxidants have been used to reduce oxidation. Now this is a table, students. Property paraffin wax and microcrystalline wax. So this is the table. You just have to go through the table. You do not have to remember. Just you try to remember if you can remember the melting point of paraffin wax. Its melting point is important, and its resistivity. These two you may remember. Now application of paraffin and microcrystalline waxes we will study. The excellent sealing property of waxes makes it fit for the use of sealing material. So sealing means to make it completely closed or airtight. Means we cannot. You might have seen in your electrical energy meters, the connections are made sealed. That means there will be a locking arrangement by the help of waxes so that nobody can break those seals. If it is been broken, then you may be penalized. So here also these waxes are used to make sealing. Now these waxes are mixed with insulating. The excellent sealing properties of waxes makes them fit for sealing material. Microcrystalline waxes have high melting point, are used as constituent material to make non-draining impregnated compound, which is extensively used for mined or mass impregnated non-draining paper cables. These cables are extensively used in India for transmission in urban areas. So now students, natural waxes. As the name implies, these waxes are available in nature. Natural waxes is often used after processing in the form of chlorinated paraffin wax. Natural wax also suffers from shrinkage or expansion when undergoing change in state. This limits the use of these waves to low voltage system. Their dielectric properties are satisfactory. Dielectric constant range ranges from 2 and 3. The melting point of natural waxes may be up to 130 degrees centigrade depending upon the type. So depending upon the type, the melting point will vary. And the application of the natural waxes, so these waxes are mixed with insulating oils to improve the viscosity. So to make the viscosity better, they have been mixed with some oils, insulating oils, and pour point to the latter to form a non-draining cable compound. These waxes also are used as a constituent of sealing compound. Now, insulating liquids. Insulating liquids, apart from working as insulating, fulfill other important requirements like they are able to improve insulating properties of other solid materials by eliminating air and other gaps. They offer good heat dissipation media. Here, what do you mean by media? That means the medium. So by the use of this kind of insulating materials, we will have a good heat dissipation medium. They will also or they are sometimes required for extinguishing the arc in certain application like circuit breakers. Vegetable oils are among the earliest to be used as insulating oils. However, out of many insulating liquids available today for different application in electrical energy, mineral insulating oils have been the most widely used from the early development stage of insulating technology to this day. To this day. So till now, this mineral oil is used. The reason for this are its cheapness, easy availability. So its availability is very easy. You can say it is easily available also. Good electrical properties. However, mineral insulating oils possess defects like easy oxidation, which deteriorates insulating properties and flammability. To improve upon the defects, development of synthetic liquids like ascarel took places. Now students, it's a very important point because inside the transformer which are oil cooled, we use this insulating oils or mineral oils. So out of them, this if we use this mineral oil, it is used, but commonly this ascarel is used because we have stated some of the disadvantages which are there in the mineral oil. So to overcome them, we use ascarel oil. It is the name of the oil. So they have good electrical properties. However, mineral insulating oil possess defects like easy oxidation, which deteriorates the insulating properties, and flammability. They are also liable to catch fires also. So to improve these qualities, development of synthetic liquids like ascarel took places. Now students, we will read about the application of the insulating liquids. These liquids are finding use in application like capacitors and transformers. However, use of this oil is still comparatively limited because of some defects. One of the major defects is that they get affected adversely by the structural materials they come to contact with, like containers and mild steel pipelines. So they have some drawbacks. These are the drawbacks. So this problem has been overcome by using stainless steel for handling this liquid, but this makes the installation and manufacturing process more expensive. So by replacing it through stainless steel, we will make it more costlier. So if the cost is high, then the manpower or the labor required will be high. So these are the drawbacks. Now apart from mineral and synthetic liquids, there are some other types of liquid which find use in specialized application because of some outstanding properties. These applications are high frequency capacitors where fluorinated liquids are used, and high temperature stability requirements where silicon liquids are called for. So mineral oil, ascar and vegetable oils are liquid used in the normal operating temperature range of minus 50 degree centigrade to 130 degree centigrade. So fluorinated and silicon liquids are utilized in higher temperature range, that is from minus 50 degree centigrade to 200 degree centigrade. So students, in our next class we will discuss about the main features of this insulating liquids. So we will end our class today. Thank you students.